Hello and welcome to my stroke survival blog or stroke recovery blog. Today is what I'm calling day 3, the third day after I got home from hospital, and it's been an absolutely glorious day as far as the weather is concerned. What have I done today? Well, I think I told you yesterday that we'd had some wood delivered for building a fence, some fence posts and some wood for constructing panels that I was going to do. And that needs painted with preservative. It's been treated already, but we're using a coloured preservative to preserve it more, better, and to give it a nice green colour. And I thought I'd have a go at painting some of that. It's about 86 pieces of wood in all in the delivery yesterday, and a few more pieces that I'm getting from elsewhere that I'll need to paint. So I made a start. I found it really difficult to hold a paintbrush, and I managed to paint 3 pieces of wood. One 10-foot fence post and a couple of 1.8 meter length pieces of board. So if that rate, that speed continues, it'll be this time next year before the fence gets built. But I managed to paint some bits of wood, so at least I got that done, and a little bit of gentle weeding in the vegetables, just to help the veggies a bit and to give my hands something to do. So I was using my right hand a little bit, and then my left hand when my right hand got tired. Not too strenuous, sitting in the sun and just enjoying the weather. And that's been about it, apart from some exercises and a few other little chores and jobs around the house. Any improvement from yesterday? It's really hard to tell. And I think this is the point, that on a day-to-day basis, there's going to be no noticeable change. But over a period of weeks, months perhaps, and maybe even longer, I will start to see a change, see an improvement. Hopefully quicker than months. Hopefully there'll be some improvement over just a few weeks. So I've got one little extra video clip to show you, which I was trying to think of things that I can do that I'd be able to then look back at and sort of see an obvious improvement or so on. So I mentioned, I think yesterday, that things like the coin flipping exercise, that I might time myself doing that, and then and see if I can get my right hand timing to be as fast as my left hand. But I should see an improvement gradually in the times, even if it's taking a long time to catch up with my left hand. I'll be able to see an improvement in some measurable way, rather than just go, oh no, it's still really difficult, and get frustrated and maybe give up on it. The thing I thought of today was that one of the things that I noticed the morning that I phoned the doctor, I think it's the afternoon after I got back from my GP, before I went to hospital. I tried to write something with my right hand, and I could barely grip the pen, and I couldn't form legible letters really at all. I think you could, if you knew, the first word I went to write down was blood for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was. But if you knew that that was what the word was supposed to be, I think you could see that that's what I was trying to write. But I think if I just handed you the piece of paper, I haven't kept it, which is really stupid. You wouldn't have been able to make the word out. And I gave up at the end of that one word and just threw the pen on the floor and thought, this is horrible. I need to get lots of medical help here. Anyway, so I decided to firstly to practice writing because it uses a lot of fine control of my hand and fingers. And secondly, if I had a standard sentence that I just wrote, and then I'll practice writing various times when I want something to practice, something to do, something to try to just exercise my hand. But then maybe in 2 weeks or something, I can try writing the same sentence again and compare how it looks and maybe how easy or difficult it was to do. So I'll show you a little video clip of that. Also, I'll show you a couple of things that I'd ordered to kind of help with my recovery arrived today, so I'll show you those as well. So now, wanting to go on, I'm sitting here, I've got my camera sat next to me. I posted a video last night of woodpecker on our little bird feeder. I actually shot that video before I went into hospital, but I just thought, well, why not stick it on YouTube? You see animal videos on YouTube all the time, and it was I thought quite cute the way the woodpecker chased away the sparrow that joined him on the feeder. But we have hedgehog in the garden, and last evening I saw the hedgehog. I put a little bit of food and water out for them, especially water at this time of year, I think. And yeah, they kind of need it when the weather's been so dry. But I'm sitting here hoping that the hedgehog will put in an appearance again this evening, and I'll be able to capture a little bit of video of the hedgehog while it's still light enough to see it. I've got quite a bit of video of the hedgehogs here in black and white on a sort of infrared camera that I bought and I put up, which is triggered by movement and just comes on and shoots. But the footage it's a really cheap thing. It cost me 20 quid. But it's quite good because to show you what's going on in the garden. We've had hedgehogs and mice and some birds and some local cats and things. But the the images are not very clear. The video is not very clear. It's just black and white. So I want to get some shots of the hedgehog if I can. If it puts in an appearance tonight. So I'm gonna stop wittering on, attach the clip of me doing the handwriting and showing you the little gadgets that I got today, and get that video posted on YouTube whilst I'm waiting to see if the hedgehog puts in an appearance. I need to go out and do some watering in the garden as well. I've just noticed that some of the plants out there are looking a bit droopy from so much hot sun today. So I've been trying to think of things that I find difficult to do at the moment, that I can do and then look back on quite easily, maybe without even having to film. And one of the issues I've got is that I cannot write terribly well. It's very difficult. So I'm going to show you what my writing looks like now, and then maybe in a future video, in a few weeks time, we'll have another look and see if it's got any better. So I just decided to write the sentence that uses all the letters of the alphabet. A quick brown, having to concentrate so hard. Fox. Over the lazy dog. So it's legible. It's very slow. It's very hard work. I'll turn that round and hopefully the camera is lined up well enough to actually see that. I'll keep this bit of paper and then we can have a look at it in the future and see if I can write the same sentence rather better. I think perhaps doing some handwriting quite regularly be good practice because it requires a lot of control. So that's going to be something else that I'll add to the list of things to do. The sorts of exercises that were in, like the coin flipping that was in yesterday's video, are quite boring to do, if you like, and having a variety of things to do is I think going to be quite useful for me. I got some goodies today, so I ordered a hand gripper, but it comes with a few other bits and pieces. So this is for doing hand grip strength, and it has an adjustable scale. Hopefully the camera's picking that up, from 5 to 60 kilograms. So I can do that set on 5 with my right hand, but my left hand does it really easily, and my right hand is much more of an effort, and I can't get the two parts of the grip to touch, whereas with this hand, if you can see but you might hear, it's actually pulling in and touching quite firmly on that. But I can increase the strength, so if my right hand gets good enough to pull 5 kilograms in, then I turn the knob, I can increase the strength of that. There's this thing which you're supposed to put over your fingers and sort of open and close your hand. It's quite difficult to get my fingers into that at the moment, so I'm not sure. It's got another grippy thing which allows you to do individual fingers. I hope I'm not going out of camera shot. And this is really difficult at the moment, and you can obviously do it as a single grip, but you can do an individual finger at a time as well. So that might be quite useful. In my left hand, and obviously it's the wrong way around for the camera, but I can push each one in with my fingers quite easily, and so it's really not difficult at all. So I've got to work on that grip strength a lot. And also I've got Lorraine bought me a set of these sorts of balls or eggs that you kind of squeeze between your fingers like this, and you can crush them in your hands using the squeezy thing and stuff. So that's in there as well, and there's a ring as well that do that sort of thing with, which is a very similar exercise to these. So it's really just several different ways of doing the same sort of exercise, but those are those will help with the exercises from the GRASP program that I showed on yesterday's video. And obviously the hospital doesn't provide everybody with this stuff, so you have to buy your own. The other thing they suggested was building Lego blocks up and taking them apart. And we don't have any Lego in the house because we don't have any children here. So I bought myself a Lego set because I thought it would be more fun building a Lego model than just putting bricks together and pulling them apart. So this was reduced to just much less than 20 quid. So I thought I'd buy it. It was supposed to sell for over 60, I think, and it's got 270 odd pieces. So I haven't actually opened the box yet because the box is pretty difficult to get into. And I'm going to need a tool of some sort to actually get into it. Even without having had my stroke, I think I'd find it. There we go. I can actually open it up. So, here we go. A whole bunch of Lego bits and pieces. And I'll show you me trying to do that in an upcoming video, or 2 or 3 or whatever. So those are the goodies. I get to be a big kid again, which those of you who know me will know just how much I will enjoy that. So if you've made it this far, you must be a bit crazy to listen to me for that was 17 minutes or so. Thanks very much for watching. I'm still working on the video about the link between the SARS-CoV-2 virus and clots, and perhaps a link with strokes as well. Obviously there's no way to tell whether my little stroke was something that was going to happen anyway, or whether it was a consequence of me having perhaps got the virus in an asymptomatic or largely asymptomatic way. But there are some reasons to think that the virus could have been the cause. So I'm doing a little video about that, and probably in the same video I'll talk a little bit about the type of stroke that I had and the part of the brain that was affected. So if you're at all interested, you can look out for that one. I'll probably post another video tomorrow, just a daily update video, maybe talking about some sort of other exercise, or some other thing, if something happens tomorrow, and try and get this one about the virus and my stroke in particular completed. As I say, I've got no way of knowing whether my stroke had anything to do with the virus, but it might have done, and that might be interesting for people for the future. I am actually going to let the stroke unit at the hospital know about the stuff that I found out. They're probably well aware of it. That one of the doctors actually mentioned a link between the virus and strokes, or between the virus and clots rather than strokes. But I'll let them know, and if they want to give me a test and include me in any future kind of data, then or research, then I'll be more than happy happy to take part in that. So that's all for today. It'll be about 20 minutes of video, so eek, a bit longer than I intended for any of these, but hopefully bored anyone to sleep. And as I've always said, this is as much for my record as for anybody else. So thanks for watching, and see you all again a day or two.